Hello there. In this video, I will showcase a part of my game I'm developing called Orbin Defenders. Specifically, I will be showcasing the appearance of the Orbins themselves. This game will feature randomized appearances for the Orbins, so every Orbin will be born with a unique appearance. I have basically created several parts which the game, put simply, assembles into an Orbin. I'll show it to you. If we go to the incubator and we will hatch an egg. I do have to say this game is still in very early development, so more parts will be added, and there aren't any special effects or actual eggs or an egg counter and stuff. But if I press hatch, you'll see that there will be several stats, and each Orbin has 6 traits out of 60, and so there will be a combination of about 50 million trait combinations. But in this video, I will talk about the appearance, as I said before. Now, there isn't any way to rotate the camera yet or anything, so I'll showcase it via Unity itself. This is just one of the many appearances, and based on the high amount of variation, it is highly unlikely that you will ever see the same Orbin again. Even if you will see a repeat of several parts, the colors will be different. The skin color is fully randomized, so you'll never really get the same color again, even if there are similarities. And the parts, most of the parts will take on the skin color. And I have created several basically color presets for other parts. Like, for example, the eye is, in this case, it's purple, and if I hatch another one, it's brown. And there are several other colors, and there are different categories for parts. So you have something on the head, a nose with potentially a mustache. Sides will have different parts. You have several wings, tail, and yeah, like I said, more parts will be added. And besides for the eyes, which will always spawn, every category has a 50-50 chance to either be active or, well, not active. And when it's active, the game picks out a random part that belongs to that category. So in this case, only the wings and the eyes have been picked. The eyes will always be picked, like I said. So it looks quite different from, say, this one, which has a halo, angel wings, and protrusions, I guess, and a bulby nose. And every Orbin will be completely different from the last. And as more parts get added, this variation will only grow. Yeah, I'm quite excited for that. I'm learning 3D modeling specifically to create these parts. I'd say I'm doing a fairly decent job at this point. It's I think it has a fun style. It looks quite unique, and I like it. So this basically went before I started working on this game, Orbin Defenders. This has kind of been the thing I wanted to create for a very long time. Basically, have monsters that are randomly generated, and while also kind of mashing two of my favorite genres together, which is tower defense and monster catching mechanics. But there won't be any monster catching, so I should kind of call this monster hatching because that's what it is. There isn't any actual gameplay in the game yet, since, like I said, it's in early development, and I want to get the systems related to Orbins themselves up first, which is mostly in working order. I'm currently just creating more parts and fleshing out the randomized appearance aspect of the Orbins, which I wasn't sure I was actually able to do before I started working on this game. But yeah, I'm doing quite well so far. It's yeah, like every good game needs moustaches, of course. So I added a few of them, and yeah, they can spawn with different colors. Sorry about it. They can spawn with different colors, and I can quite easily add more if I want to. So it's I've set up a decent system that allows me to create a lot of different appearances so far, and more will be added as I come up with new ideas. And yeah, it's as you can see so far, no Orbin has truly been the same yet. And yeah, like for example, I really like this one with all the mushrooms. It's kind of cute. Yeah, it's also if you open the barn, which is basic. I don't know if you, the viewer, have played Pokemon, but I'd say it's fairly certain you kind of have. It's kind of a similar system to the box system, where the game stores your Orbins inside the barn, and you can put them in the party if you want. You can have up to 10 Orbins in your party, which basically functions like your towers in tower defense games. And so yeah, what I like about this is that in here you can see the sheer amount of variation the game will generate for you. No Orbin is truly the same, even if some parts might look a bit similar. Like, for example, these beholder eyes are quite similar to each other because they are the same parts, but they have different colors, and the Orbins themselves look vastly different than the other one. So yeah, you can have a lot of variation. Like don't mind the things that kind of are outside of the images themselves. That still needs to be refined. Like, I need to add a camera that allows you to orbit around an Orbin so you can properly see all of it. Like, think this way, but in game and a bit better. And will also allow you to basically create your own image, so it's not just one aspect, one perspective, but you can basically create the own image you want. Like, for example, this one, you can be like, oh yeah, I kind of like it this way, and then you can take a screenshot of it this way, or you like to take it from behind for some reason. I won't judge, but it's that's still in the planning. But yeah, that's something that I will add later, once all the systems are working, and it's more like a polish thing, I guess, like game polishing. And yeah, you can just eventually, I mean, now you have unlimited eggs basically, but I am planning to, for the tower defense, that if you beat a wave, you have a certain amount of chance to gain an egg, and you can exchange these eggs for traits to put in the lab, which is not something this video will really cover, but it's basically the storage place for the different traits that you can swap with your Orbins. There's some Orbin customization in this game, but it's not appearance wise. The appearance is set. So yeah, I've been hatching Orbins to showcase kind of the different kind of appearances you can get. And the cool thing is, in my opinion, every tower, like, this is a tower defense game with monster hatching mechanics, basically, where every tower is uniquely yours, because of the sheer amount of variety and colors your Orbin can be randomly generated with, it's highly unlikely that two people will ever get the same Orbin. So I find that quite exciting to. I've already kind of caught myself sharing screenshots of the different Orbins the game generates, because I don't know, they look kind of cute, and it's like this Orbin is uniquely mine. No other person will ever really get the exact same Orbin, which I find quite exciting. Like, for example, I really like the colors on this one, the pink with the purple mushrooms and the black wings with the quite curly tail and the brown eyes. It's nice. They are nice colors that work together. And yeah, I really like the mustaches. They maybe I'll make some more. I've currently got two varieties of them, variants. But yeah, I might make some more if I want to. And yeah, like you have a tail with spines. You have angel wings. Currently, angel wings can be both black and white. Maybe I'll add some other colors for that too. There's a lot of things I can play around with to create even more variety with the system I've set up. Which, yeah, it's a bit more sophisticated than I thought I was able to achieve. Since I'm a self-taught game developer, basically, I haven't really published any serious games yet. I've mostly published games that I made many years ago that were kind of, starter games. And yeah, I've been kind of seriously wanting to get into game development for 2.5 to 3 years now. I've worked on it. Like, if you check out my YouTube channel, you'll see a previous project I worked on, which was called Monorancher, which originally started as a training project, which I've definitely learned a lot about. But like with most games, that is basically your first. You either overscope or have a foundation that is so beginner level that it's difficult to manage, and I wanted to kind of move on to create the game I actually wanted to create with randomized monsters, and that I can actually call my own instead of actually using assets from the Unity Asset Store. And yeah, so far I'm doing quite well. Like, this Orbin is a bit more bold than some of the others. Like I said, every category besides eyes has a 50% chance to be active or not. So it is entirely possible to just have a sphere with eyes, which I find kind of cute. Like, you can have an Orbin that has a lot of things going on. Like, for example, this one is basically a flying head with a halo and horns, which is kind of interesting. Smashing. And you can have Orbins that have many of the things added. Like, for example, a tail, and it could have wings, and it could have something on the side. It could have a mustache. It could have 3 eyes, something on the head, horns. It can have all the stuff. Or it can just have wings and that's it. And every you never know which eye color you will get, which color of the parts that I've made presets for you will get. The skin color is fully randomized. You never know what you'll get when you breed an egg. And I kind of wanted to capture that feeling where if you get an egg when you play the tower defense game and you get an egg, you're like, oh, I wonder what kind of Orbin I will hatch, because you never know. It's not like in other games where you can hatch eggs. You kind of know, okay, I'm gonna get this, because you don't know what you're going to get. Like, if I play a tower defense game match and I get an egg and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna hatch this egg and I'll get this thing, and then the next time I'll get this this thing. You never know what you're gonna get, and I find that quite exciting. I want to capture that excitement, which I think this system will do a fairly good job of, especially once you get, an egg animation and it bursts open, and then you have the Orbin and be like, oh yeah, I like this one, or oh, I hate this one. You never know. You might not like a certain appearance, and that is fine. You can release it, and it's not in the game yet, but there will be a quality of life thing where if you release an Orbin, all of its traits will be automatically stored in the lab. So no egg is ever wasted on an ugly Orbin. You can just release it and get the traits and give those traits to a different Orbin that you do like, for example. So there are I think while there won't be any like mascot thing like, for example, Pikachu, any more Orbin has a kind of a chance to become your favorite and your mascot of the game if you really want a mascot. And I think, like, for example, this guy could be like, oh, I really like this one. I like the mustache. It's 3 eyes, and I love the color, and it's bulby nose. This Orbin is going to be my mascot. It's going to be my favorite Orbin of all. And I'll take a screenshot and I don't know, share it on Facebook or whatever, or share it with my group of friends who also play this game, or just showcase what a cutie pie it is. Like this one, for example, with the cattail, and there's a lot of going on, and I find it really exciting. But yeah, like I said, more parts will be added, and perhaps some parts will get more colors. I'm not quite sure yet. I'm still coming up with ideas for new parts, and it'll take a while before I've probably done with all the part adding. And the beauty is, I like this one, for example, is just a ball with 3 eyes, which I find kind of funny. But yeah, the exciting thing is that anytime I want, I can just add more parts. So yeah, hopefully this kind of showcases the vision I have for the Orbin appearance sites, which I've wanted to do for many years, but never really felt confident enough to do or had the skills to do. So I'm really glad that I'm finally able to achieve this dream of mine. And yeah, admittedly, they're not the most beautiful creatures ever made, but I think they're really cute and they kind of look funny, and I like that. No, yeah, like I said, no Orbin is really the same, and the beauty of it is sorry about that. The beauty of is that I can also create more funny parts to add. Like this mustache, for example, is just something fun that I came up with, and I think it really adds something. Or like, for example, this fake halo, which is just, it kind of looks like it's part of a costume, and if you have these white angel wings, it just makes it all the better. In my opinion, it oozes charm, and I really like that. Like, for example, this guy has an actual halo, and then you see this one which is just fake. I really like that. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this preview of what the appearance of the Monimal Orbin, I mean, sorry, what the appearance of the Orbin will be like. More will be added, and it will be more polished, and yeah, so far I really like what I have, and I hope you do too. Have a nice day.